If you know these 20 words, your English is amazing. I have a challenge for you. If you know all 20 of these words, your English vocabulary is better than 97% of the people worldwide. So, do you think you are in the top 3%? Let's find out. Here's how it works. I'll show you a word and give you 3 possible meanings. Your job is to pick the correct one. We will start with words that are moderately difficult and work our way up to truly advanced vocabulary. Let's begin. Word number 1, significant. Significant. Does it mean important, random, or uncertain? If you said important, you are right. If something is significant, it means it's important or has a major impact. For example, a significant decision can change your life. Or vocabulary is significant to language learning. Word number 2, emphasize. Emphasize. Does it mean highlight, ignore, or remove? The correct answer is highlight. To emphasize something means to give special attention to it. For example, teachers often emphasize the importance of practice when learning English. Word number 3, diverse. Diverse. Does it mean similar, varied, or confusing? If you said very, you got it. If something is diverse, it includes many different types. For example, a city with people from different cultures is a diverse city. Word number 4, sustain. Sustain. Does it mean weaken, destroy, or support? The correct answer is support. To sustain something means to keep it going over time. For example, athletes must sustain their energy throughout a long race. Word number 5, rational. Rational. Does it mean logical, emotional, or reckless? If you said logical, you nailed it. A rational decision is based on logic and reason rather than emotions. For example, when you are upset, you can't make a rational decision. Alright, so those were the easier ones. Let's step it up a notch. Word number 6, candid. Candid. Does it mean fake, honest, or indirect? If you said honest, you got it. If someone is candid, they are honest and say what they really think, even if it's not what people want to hear. For example, he was quite candid about his past and shared everything openly. Word number 7, consequence. Consequence. Does it mean result, cause, or reward? The correct answer is result. A consequence is the result of an action. For example, if you don't study, the consequence may be failing a test. Word number 8, profound. Profound. Does it mean simple, deep, or irrelevant? If you said deep, you are correct. If something is profound, it has deep meaning. For example, a profound book can change the way you think. Word number 9, tenacious. Tenacious. Does it mean persistent, fragile, or lazy. If you said persistent, you are correct. Someone who is tenacious never gives up, even in difficult situations. For example, if you keep pushing forward despite obstacles, you are tenacious. Word number 10, articulate. Articulate. Does it mean confuse, mumble, or express clearly? If you said express clearly, you are right. If you are articulate, you can express yourself clearly and effectively. For example, she is an articulate young woman. And I hope that I am able to articulate all these words clearly to you. Now we are entering the advanced level. Let's see how you guys do. Word number 11, intricate. Intricate. Does it mean complex, basic, or dull? The correct answer is complex. An intricate design is very detailed and complex. For example, an elaborate painting is intricate. Word number 12, equivocal. Equivocal. Does it mean obvious, unclear, or brief? If you said unclear, great job. If something is equivocal, it has multiple possible meanings or interpretations, making it unclear or confusing. For example, he responded to reporters' questions with equivocal answers that were unclear. Word number 13, conundrum. Conundrum. Does it mean fact, puzzle, or solution? If you said puzzle, you are a pro. A conundrum is a difficult problem or a puzzle. For example, should I move abroad or stay home is a conundrum for many people. Word number 14, meticulous. Meticulous. Does it mean detailed, careless, or fast? If you said detailed, you are on a roll. Someone who is meticulous pays extreme attention to detail. For example, a meticulous writer checks every word carefully. And finally, the ultimate test, the hardest words of all. Word number 15, ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. Does it mean rare, unique, or everywhere? If you said everywhere, you are a genius. If something is ubiquitous, it is found everywhere. For example, smartphones are ubiquitous in today's world. Word number 16, ephemeral. Ephemeral. Does it mean short-lived, eternal, or weak? If you said short-lived, you nailed it. If something is ephemeral, it lasts for only a short time. For example, a beautiful sunset is ephemeral, or a trending fashion is ephemeral. Word number 17, pernicious. Pernicious. Does it mean helpful, harmful, or confusing? If you said harmful, you are doing wonderful. Something pernicious is harmful in a way that is subtle or not immediately obvious. For example, misinformation can have pernicious effects on society. Word number 18, obfuscate. Obfuscate. Does it mean explain, make unclear, or summarize? If you said make unclear, you got it. To obfuscate means to make something difficult to understand, often intentionally. For example, politicians try to obfuscate the issues to confuse the public. Word number 19, intransigent. Intransigent. Does it mean unsure, flexible, or stubborn? If you said stubborn, you are awesome. Someone who is intransigent refuses to change their opinion or compromise even when it might be necessary. For example, he has remained intransigent in his opposition to the proposal. Word number 20, magnanimous. Magnanimous. Does it mean generous, selfish, or indifferent? If you said generous, you are correct. A magnanimous person is generous and forgiving, especially towards someone who has wronged them. For example, the team's manager was magnanimous in his victory and praised the losing side. Alright, so how did you do? If you got 20 out of 20, your English is phenomenal. You have an elite command of the English language. If you got 16 to 19 words, your English is exceptional. Your vocabulary is at a near native level. If you got 11 to 15 words, your English is impressive. You have an advanced vocabulary that sets you apart. If you got 6 to 10 words, you know many useful words. If you got 1 to 5 words, you are still building your vocabulary, but you are making progress, and that's all that matters. So keep practicing and keep going. And drop your score in the comments below, and I would love to know how you did. And don't forget to subscribe for more English learning content. See you in the next one. Until then, happy learning!